Guys, in today's video, I have the opportunity to show you the greatest AK that I've ever shot. Ooh. Wow. Did you guys see that? Whoa. .9 with 2 hits and a transition. Whew. Here we go. Let's try to get, it would be so cool to get one really quick double tap at 50. All right, ready? First try, dude.
Impact.
No way.
Impact.
No way, dude. Hey everyone, my name's Clay. Welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to talk about a moment in time. I think we are currently looking at the high watermark of AKs right now available in this country, the Krebs M23. So I've been shooting a lot of AKs over the years, chasing the dragon of like trying to do different things to really squeeze every ounce of capability out of them. I've done it with a lot of my guns, and I've been provided a lot of guns. Shooting this thing for the past 6 months has made all of that feel like it was all for nothing. It's just that good out of the box. And it does all of that while staying a true blue AK with a freaking stamped sheet metal receiver. This thing is an AK through and through, and what it is capable of in this video absolutely blew me away. Wow. That's probably the softest I've ever felt it shoot. You seeing that? And get that little number. Wow. Three flat. And we just did the elusive 2.5.
Nice.
So it can be done, and those were clearly both hits. .89 with a transition and 2 hits.
Perfect.
So what do you get when you combine a formerly trained master gunsmith of 40 years and combine that with the most popular small arm on the planet, the Kalashnikov? You get Krebs Custom, and you get some of the finest crafted AKs ever and some of the nicest, most well thought out aftermarket support for the AK that this country has ever seen. In case you don't know, Krebs has not only been making some of the best AK stuff for the past 25 years, Krebs actually had a full life before that. In the 90s, he was producing some of the finest 1911s this country's ever seen. You could have seen a 1911 built by Krebs on various magazine covers with full article write-ups, and if you want to see one of the best ones, click off this video and go Google the Snakeskin 1911 by Krebs. It is honestly one of the most beautiful pistols I've ever seen, and that checker work that he designed himself is still mimicked to this day. He really did some cool stuff in the 90s, and eventually in the late 90s, around 99 to the year 2000, he decided to switch gears completely and do the same thing he was doing for 1911s to AKs. This is a FB Rodham mini barrel that Krebs has totally, pimped out for us. This is actually Rachel's little gun, and it's set up very similar. Left side charge, trim dust cover, ambi safety with an actual SIG 550 safety. And then of course you see the speed loader with the paddle on a very different AK. So it really can be adapted to pretty much any AK from Krebs. does take some smithing, but it can work. And this one's nice, man. Very nice. We have a full video on this one too. Woo! Very nice. Woo. All right, back to the M23. Woo! The M23, in my opinion, coming from someone that's really followed Mark Krebs over the years, I've been watching his work for well over 10 years. I remember going to that website back in like 2013, 2014, seeing all those cool Saigas and Vepers that he was modifying and all the cool aftermarket stuff and thinking, this is the coolest stuff I've ever seen anyone do with an AK, and this is a long time ago. Seeing all that over time, after everything he's done, I think this is probably his magnum opus. I think the M23 is the best ideas Krebs ever had, all balled up into one rifle. Literally all the stuff that has become so hot today that he designed is all in one gun. So without further ado, I want to take you in deep, show you everything about my M23, and talk about the freaking results we've had shooting this thing over the 6 months. So there's a lot to get into on this thing. Basically what you have here is a bare receiver, some WBP, new Polish parts, and a lot of in-house produced parts, all crammed together to make the M23. It's the crudest way I could put it. You're gonna get a 16-inch Roscoe barrel. I've had really good accuracy with it, and it's in 5.56. It's nice that they give you 1/2x28 threads, so pretty easy to mount devices. It's really nice that they give you a jam nut to time your muzzle devices on this thing. I wish every gun came that way. If you have muzzle devices that need to be timed, jam nuts are so easy. You just need a couple of 3/4 wrenches, and it could not be easier. I found these threads and this barrel to be very concentric when we did put a can on it. We tried several different muzzle devices in this video, Unrivaled, this JMAC Chemo suppressor mount, and of course we shot it a bunch with our Sandman suppressor. The gas block on this thing is super interesting. Kind of takes a page out of the SIG 550 playbook. You're gonna notice this protrusion right here. That's how you tune this thing. You have 3 positions. Tuning this muzzle device can be done with a bullet tip. There's a spring-loaded plunger. That's what actually holds your gas block in the desired setting. So what we are going to do is hold that plunger down, turn it a little bit, get it started, and then we're gonna go to that setting. One thing with a lot of tunable gas blocks is they carbon lock. So a common thing that you're gonna see here on a lot of different guns is a place to actually put a bullet tip to tune your gas and break it loose with leverage if carbon does lock it in place, which happens to all of them. This one is chrome lined, so it should resist that a little bit longer, but it's nice that you have that. So to tune the gas on this thing, you don't need to open it up. You don't need to get dirty. You can tune it hot, you can tune it cold. It's nice having it out in the open, and everything is held in place by a little spring-loaded detent that you can see right there. You can also rotate it to the disassemble position, pull your gas key out, and you can see that it's a long cylinder that actually, when it's all installed, kind of gives the gun an overall longer gas system look, even though it's all AKM length. But because of the length of that cylinder, it allows the system to look a little bit longer overall. Pretty cool. My particular model came with no iron sights, and none of them are going to come with permanent iron sights, but you can see here the gas block does have 1913 built in. It follows the same plane as this handguard. The handguard is a Krebs design, totally in-house, and if you look at some of these pictures, you can actually see that most of this gun is completely dreamt up in-house, from the gas block to the freaking handguard. These all started as huge chunks of metal that Krebs just looked at and figured out how to make a beautiful looking gas block and a even cooler looking handguard, in my opinion. This handguard, you can't put it on any AK. It's specifically made for this gun. It's bespoke to this gun, so it's pretty special. And I don't know if you get the same impression, but this kind of gives me AK-12 vibes. And Mark Krebs even said himself, the M23, the whole idea came from seeing the AK-12 and feeling like he could do a better version of that. Like the AK-12, the gas tube is fixed in place, and that handguard does a great job of just following the body lines of the AK. I love this little cup here that holds everything together, kind of like the rug that ties the whole room together. You got M-lock on 3 positions, 3, 6, and 9 o'clock, all well within spec. The optic mount you will notice is a TWS dogleg dust cover. Well, what's interesting about this dust cover, this is a collaboration between TWS and Krebs. It's a little different than your average TWS. A dead giveaway, You'll notice you don't have the notch here for tuning that you would get on any other dog leg that you buy. They work together to make this thing just for this gun. I want you to pay attention right here. There's your trunnion, and you'll see this piece that's actually welded in place to your trunnion. This is where everything comes together. The plane on the 1913 of your upper handguard meets perfectly with the top plane of your dust cover, all because of this handmade part that keys your dog leg in place and keeps all of the 1913 on the top of this gun on the same equal level. Gives it a great look. Not the easiest thing to do, but that's why this thing's just so damn custom. That right there is a dead giveaway. Woo! 62 grain, 50 yards cold bore. That was the 55 grain PMC X-Tech cold bore, 50 yards. I wouldn't pay too much attention to the stock that I've chosen. You can really put any stock you want on it because it has 1913, and you'll notice that it actually sticks up kind of far. This allows you to put your stock as high as you want or as low as you want. Maybe you want to be in line with the bore, soak up a little bit more recoil. Maybe you have to run a really high optic and you need that cheek to come up. Pretty cool little piece that he's riveted here in place that is permanently installed. Pretty cool. Just in case you need to take it down, he's actually giving you a little notch there. You'll see that little circular notch in your recoil rod there. Pretty easy to depress it, open and close your dust cover. You can do everything with a bullet tip. Change gas settings, open your dust cover, all with a bullet tip. We have an ambi safety, which is cool. So even if I was a left-handed shooter, that's nice. Super nice. Bam. Lefties have never had the ability to have a normal style AK safety. It's literally a paddle, just like it is on the other side. You would drop just like you would with your right hand. And it's very well integrated, looks super sharp. You probably wouldn't know it was there if I didn't point it out to you or showed you up close. Very good ambi safety selector. Looking at an ALG trigger, hand polished, meaning every surface, every sear surface on this thing has been touched. And man, it is freaking smooth. Butter. Ball bearing feeling. Feels very good. And of course, this thing is fully equipped with left side charge. They don't all come this way. You're gonna have to like special order it this way, but he can do the left side charge, and this one's fully pimped. It has virtually every option. So you don't get your cake and eat it too with left side charge. The dust cover has to be trimmed. So you can see that it's been trimmed, it's been beveled and chamfered. There are 0 rough edges, and for that part, everything on this gun has been tumbled. Every part of this gun is tumbled, meaning there are no jagged edges. There's nothing that will scratch you, grab you, nothing. Every part on this gun has been smoothed over. So back to this left side charge, extremely buttery smooth. Even the charging handle is made in-house by Krebs. Not too much, not too little. It's knurled for his pleasure. It's an awesome left side charge. Left side charge on an AK is honestly a game changer. It makes literally everything faster for a right-handed shooter. If you're buying this gun as a left-handed shooter, obviously you probably wouldn't want that, but as a righty, this is a freaking godsend. Pretty badass upgrade. Small attention to detail. If you do end up cutting off that charging handle on the right side, which I would if you're going to go to a left side charge, you still need something there to catch the safety. So you'll notice he has left just the right amount of your old charging handle there, that little groove, so that if your safety were engaged, it perfectly engages the safety perfectly. That is an attention to detail most people would never see, but it's there and it works perfectly. So this particular model has kind of the new hotness right now. The mag funnel and the spring-loaded Krebs mag ejection. This is a design that he came up with like 15 years ago, and people just like weren't ready for it back then. We have full reviews on this on a mini barrel, so feel free to go check that out. I'll try to remember and I'll put it right there. There's one of them. This thing is finally coming into its own. Even though it's an older design by Krebs, it went away for like a decade. Now it's back, and everybody wants this on their damn gun. What you're looking at here is a sheet metal mag funnel. It's just a paddle that literally helps you funnel that magazine into the gun. That's all it is. You've seen mag funnels on 1911s, you've seen flared mag wells on all different types of guns. As a right-handed shooter, you can literally just let it guide that magazine in place. Really cool thing, and I love that it's stamped sheet metal. So it just fits the aesthetic of an AK. It's not some bolted on piece of aluminum or like a mag well. I just think that aesthetically fits the vibe of what an AK is. Freaking stamped sheet metal. This particular gun's greatest party trick, in my opinion, is the mag ejection. So not only do you have an already enhanced magazine release, but this one actually has the extended paddle here that's also knurled. Bang, 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 magazine out, magazine in, charge, charge, bang, 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 safety goes on. Your right finger can control so much more without having to come off. Your left hand never has to sweep the mag out. 2.89 with a transition and 2 hits. Hey man, that's good for any gun. When you do get used to that spring-loaded assist, that mag funnel guiding you in, and a big, big bonus, left side charge, that's nice. Dude, for me on my regular Romy, which I've been mopping the floor with lately, for me to get a 2.9 with hits, sweeping and reaching under to charge, man, to get a dead 3 would be really moving. Had to come back for one makeup shot, 587, not much slower than the first time. Again, mag in, I'm empty, mag comes out, new mag goes in. Freaking game changer when it comes to reloading these things. And again, even the extension on the mag release, sheet metal, it just fits the freaking aesthetic, dude. This is not how every M23 comes. You can spec them out this way, but this one's pretty much the Cadillac model, fully loaded, with competition in mind. As I said before, Mark does go the extra mile when they're building these things, and every part is tumbled before it's assembled, meaning no sharp edges, nothing goes unchamfered, there's nothing that's gonna snag or grab, pull strings out of your gloves, nothing. Every part of this gun is smooth to the touch. Might be very un-AK, but it's nice when you're actually gonna spend a lot of time on the trigger. Behind the wheel of this thing, it's smooth. Everything on this gun is smooth. All of these parts in conjunction add up to the finest AK that I've ever shot. So we've done everything with this thing. We've shot it unsuppressed, changing gas settings, finding the gas setting that worked. The middle gas setting is the sweet spot, and we found it to be 100% reliable with 0 malfunctions on that gas setting. It just ran freaking beautiful. All right, we'll try to go somewhat fast here. Wow, you guys have got to see that steel down range. Wow. Did you guys see that? Whoa. Those double tips are hitting. We are exactly at 50 yards. This is where I zeroed from. Wow, those double taps are so intoxicatingly fun. Wow. Wow. How much more ammo do we have? Enough for one more double tap? Wow. Man, there is not much more satisfying than being able to put that many rounds on target that quickly without missing. Yes, we are stabilized, but man, it's pretty impressive. 50 yard zero. Stabilizing on a VTAC barricade. All right, let's see what we see here. That is a first round impact. Looks to be fairly dead centered. All right, continuing at 75. Wow. Damn. Damn. Wow. 75 yards. 3-inch target. You should try that sometime. It ain't easy. Recoil is extremely mild. 5.56 AKs already don't have a lot of bite, but this one takes it to a whole nother level on the recoil impulse. It's just not there, and even if you start to get into steel case or underpowered loads, it's just, I can't even describe how soft it is to shoot. It's freaking beautiful. Now, the majority of the ammo I ran through this gun, 62 grain, 55 grain brass case, some hotter stuff, and even then on the right gas setting just felt right. We even put a suppressor on this thing, turned it down as low as it would go, and it is honestly the softest shooting 5.56 AK I have felt to date. I keep saying that over and over in so many videos, but you know, some of these builders just keep setting the bar higher and higher. And today, this gun is the softest, flattest shooting AK that I've felt. A lot of that was with an unrivaled break, so you do have to mention that too. Here we go. Hit, 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 hit. And we're empty. This gun shoots stupid soft. I thought it would be really cool to get a double tap at 20, walk back to about 35, get a double tap on steel, and then sand at 50 yards and see if we could get a really quick controlled pair offhand at steel. 20 yards. Both hits? Yep. All right, one more time. Okay, pulled one of those out of 4, not too bad. Okay, 35 to 40 yards. Whew, not as easy, but we got a couple. I brought 8 mags of 62 grain out for this thing. I'm on my last 2. We've had 0 malfunctions. Here we go. Let's try to get, it would be so cool to get one really quick double tap at 50. All right, ready? First try, dude. Hey man, the gun has really good recoil control. That trigger is something else. This is, we spotted it. This is exactly 50 yards. It's a half-size man target. The gun gets down, man. I mean, dude. That's fast, and it keeps up, and it's reliable. Man. No keyholes, no nothing, perfect. Even when we started to get into the underloaded steel case ammo, we opened that gas block up wide, it ran fine, didn't have a whole lot of recoil, and still ran perfectly fine. So it's nice that you have the versatility on that gas block to pick and choose your recoil impulse based on your ammo. Now, the majority of the ammo that we ran in this video was 62 grain. We ran a lot of 55 grain brass case, and it was 110% flawless reliability. That felt much smoother. We shot a butt ton of ammo through that one particular day that we zeroed. The zeroing that you're seeing on camera, we shot hundreds of rounds after that, and the gun held 0. And during the entire 6-month process that I've had this gun off and on, never seen it lose 0. It's never lost 0. We've tried multiple types of optics on it. I've ended up sticking with the Novus PDS-1. Looks cool, looks Russian, kind of a contrast on this Americanized AK, but shot great. It held 0 so well, in fact, that I'm gonna jump right to the long range footage and show you just how well this gun can stretch its legs out to 500 yards. We are using MKE Turkish-made 62 grain. Not that it matters, that's just what we zeroed for, and it seems to be doing okay. Mi amigo Mike, mostly inaccurate on Instagram. I'll put his little handle right here. He's helping me spot today, he's running the camera. Without his help today, this would be impossible. 100 on the big square.
Oh yeah, it's you see that.
Yeah, little high right. I'm gonna stay with a dead hold just to see what it does.
That was nice.
Okay, 300, the big gong. I'm gonna go for a dead hold and we'll compensate from there. Wow.
Top right. 6 o'clock.
Wow. 400. Change for 400. All right, we're going to start favoring a little left on this guy.
Oh, impact. Center mass.
No way.
Right where the hanger goes through the steel.
No way.
About an inch low, 2 inches low.
I'm going to use that same hold. I'm going to try to anyway.
Impact.
No way, dude. We are 1 for 1. Damn, I've never with any AK have I gone 1 for 1 to 400. Not once.
That one was a shade low of center mass and to the right.
I'm going to float about a half target left around the head area.
Skipped off the ground.
Yeah. Okay, we're starting to see a drop.
Impact.
No
Left
way.
arm.
So I pulled a full target high, full target left, judging by where I saw the splash.
Elevation, perfect. It's just like right in the left bicep area.
All right, come on, let's finish strong here. Same point of hold.
Impact.
No fucking way, dude. One miss.
That's pretty amazing, man. The
One miss.
elevation and windage, pretty nice. It's just a shade off of center.
Wow. I used the same exact hold with wind. Same hold from the last impact. Well, hey, man. Thank you, Mike. There he is right there. Thank you for calling that. That would not have been possible without you. I have never, ever, not once, I've done this with a lot of guns, a lot of AKs. Never, not ever have I had results like that. That's like some 9-hole review level results. Like Henry Chan probably couldn't have done better. Hey, man. Mark Krebs, you really have something special here. This is truly a phenomenal AK, and it's on WBP parts. I don't know. It's just a magical thing, man. This is the fastest gun I've ever ran up close. Lightning fast reloads with a Texas Weapon Systems dogleg. That is hands down the most accurate AK I've ever tested, ever. It took us 11 rounds to neutralize all 5 targets with 2 hits each. We missed 1 time, just once. The gun shot so flat out to distance that it barely took any compensation at 400 and 500 yards. It was just freaking phenomenal. I literally was at a loss for words, and I know there are people that are watching this video saying that is some of the easiest shooting. I can do that with my AR, whatever. Hey, what we did on camera would be tough for any gun. We're using a dot from 0 to 500. You would have to be a pretty skilled shooter to do it as well as we did on camera, and that was one try. That was a one-take Jake. We didn't do any tryouts. We didn't check our dope out the distance. We literally took our 50-yard zero, sat down, turned the camera on, and filmed. That is impressive with any gun, in my opinion, without any magnification. Pretty impressed.
Mark, I don't know what you've done to get so much accuracy out of these Roscoe barrels, but it's honestly the most accurate AK that I've ever had the chance to shoot.
He did tell me they test shoot every gun out to distance to make sure you're getting a good accurate barrel. And Mark, this thing absolutely blew me away. My spotter, who is new to AKs, but he's really getting into competitive shooting with AKs, was just like, dude, that was freaking impressive. How many misses before we neutralized everything? Once. No fancy editing. It really did that shit. All right.
I synced it. I synced it with all that.
So obviously this thing holds a tight zero up close and it can reach out to distance, but what can it do up close? So I'm the type of person that likes to shoot fast, on the move. I like to shoot competitions, courses of fire, up close, double tapping paper, shooting steel within 100 yards. Lots of reloading, right? Can it hold its own in that realm? Ah! Oh, missed it. 1909.
Nice.
Did it look like that round like exploded?
Yeah, it looked like it.
I think the round skipped off the target, made a spark, and it hit dirt. Those two together, it looked like a little explosion. Had to come back for one makeup shot. So we've sat through this whole video, right? We've shown everything, all different types of shooting, and you've heard me basically shill for this gun for, I don't know, 20 minutes at this point. So you're asking yourself, okay, what does it cost? This gun can be bought as cheap as about 2,200 bucks. That's literally kind of like a builder's kit. You get the gun, you get everything, you get no stock, no muzzle device, and you can pick and choose what you want, and you don't get iron sights. 2,200 bucks. Now, that gun's not gonna come with your bag paddle, your spring-loaded mag ejection. It's not gonna come with left side charge, but it basically comes with everything else. You can spec this gun clear up to 3 grand if you want to. Like I said, you can buy it a la carte. You can pick and choose what extra features you want, but the bare minimum, it's a $2,200 gun. So I can already see the comments when you heard that price. You can buy a different gun for that money. You can buy a better this for that money. I totally get it. I understand why you feel that way, but you have to understand this gun takes a long time to build. It's got a lot of bespoke parts, meaning homemade, home designed parts that are for this gun and for this gun only. And that costs a lot of money. You've got American hands building this thing over many hours of labor. That costs money. But what you get is a very good gun. So even though it takes a long time to build and takes a lot of money to buy, you get a good gun. You never can have all three. I think this gun is for 2 different types of people. It's not for everyone. The first buyer is the camp that I'm in. These are the hardcore AK people. You have completely rejected being into the latest and greatest AR-15 that does everything right, and it's $1,000, it's $2,000, it's whatever. AKs are your thing. You like AKs, you like the way they make you feel when you shoot them, you like everything about them. That's you. You've probably got a safe full of AKs. You understand what it takes to build one. You know how long it takes. You know what you get out of certain aftermarket parts. You know exactly what you're getting yourself into, and you have a lot of respect for the name Krebs or any of the really like top tier AK gunsmiths, and you know their work is not cheap. This gun is for someone like that knows exactly where all that cost is going. The second type of buyer, which I feel like is a buyer that a lot of these boutique AKs are going for these days, is the guy or the girl that has nothing but nice stuff. The hyper Gucci gun collector. They've got the nicest, most expensive LMT AR-15s. They've got the most expensive H&K stuff. They've got super high-end 2011s, and they just want to add an AK thing to the collection. They're not going to go out and buy a Wasser. They're not going to go buy some old collectible Chi-Com. They want the hyper-modernized, ultra-capable AK. Guys like that start looking at these top-tier boutique AK builders. That's a huge customer base for them. That person is very used to spending a lot of money for what they perceive to be a very nice gun that needs nothing. And that's the type of person that doesn't know how to modify or add things to an AK, and they probably don't care to know. They see this and they see it as a top tier, hyper capable gun that needs nothing. They don't even know how to change parts out. They don't even know how to do anything. It's all been done for them, and they're gonna pay for that. Those are the two main people I see buying this gun. This could still very much be an AK for you. If you were looking to get into competition and you want that one AK to really do a little bit of everything, you can hunt with it. You can put any kind of optic you want on it. It can shoot competitions. It can be a suppressor host. It can feed a common caliber that you probably already have, 5.56. Then it's a pretty cool option. You just have to justify to yourself if the cost is warranted. Hopefully, I've explained in this video who is touching this thing, who's building this thing, the name behind it, the time and effort that has gone into it, and why that just costs money. It just does. So there might be a little third echelon there for everybody else, and it still could work for anybody else. But again, this is not a beginner AK. This is not for a casual, not for everyone. I totally get that. After 6 months of spending time with this gun, I came away with like wide-eyed optimism for the future of AKs, because let's be honest, right now we live in a world where ammo is very scarce, very expensive. I'm talking 7.62 and 5.45. We're losing imports left and right, and thanks to sanctions and policies, it's just being difficult to enjoy AKs. There's just not a lot to be excited about. I've been feeling that, man. I know a lot of people in the AK world have been feeling that. This gun popping up out of nowhere, doing as well as it did, from a gunsmith that has been around for 40 years, just when you think he's done and he's all out of tricks, just set the freaking bar even higher on what we should expect AKs to be and how capable they are. I'm like, yo, the future is bright. If stuff like this is still popping up, I mean, there's stuff on this gun that no one's doing on their Gucci boutique AKs. I was just like, you know, AKs ain't done yet, man. As long as we have guys like Mark Krebs and other people that are doing really cool things with AKs here, continuing to elevate and evolve this platform. And more importantly, as long as Krebs is around, he will continue to inspire other builders and other engineers to get into this platform and continue the snowball rolling on and getting bigger and bigger. I hope he never leaves, man. I hope he's here for a long, long time. And on that note, if you were to ask anyone that you truly do love or look up to or are inspired by in the AK world, if you were to ask any of them, give me a short list on who inspires you in the world of AKs, Mark Krebs will be towards the top of everyone's list. Any AK builder you've ever heard of, anyone making parts for AKs, anyone that's been in AKs for the better part of 2 decades knows the name Mark Krebs and has nothing but good things to say about the guy. He is that well loved, and he is that well revered and looked up to in the community. So Mark, you really have done something special with this gun, and I hope it continues on. I hope we get different variations of the M23. I hope we end up with an M24 and an M25, M26. I hope it continues on for a long time. So Mark, thanks for everything you've done for the world of AKs. Thank you for everything you're going to continue to do. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to put your greatest hits through their paces. This is a good mix CD of all your best ideas. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. And with that, I'm gonna say goodbye to you all, and thank you for watching. But more importantly, I need to know what you think about this gun and just Krebs Custom as a whole. Have you purchased any guns? Have you tried any of his parts? Had good experiences, bad experience? Have you ever met Mark Krebs? If you haven't, you should come to KB, because he comes every year now. And there's always a line at his booth, not just from attendees, but all the other vendors make time to come by and see Mark Krebs. And if that doesn't tell you something, I don't know what does. All right, y'all. Thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for future episodes. We're not done filming this gun. I fully intend on going to some high-level competitions this year and just breaking some direct gas impingement hearts with this thing. Mark, I promise you I will do that. And for the rest of you, hopefully you're there to see it. Go shoot your guns, shoot competitions. It makes you better overall. You gain social skills, you gain skill in general, and you become a better shooter. And most people that go out and shoot their guns end up not being dickheads. So yeah, that's all I have for you. Love you, bye.
Hi, my name is Mark Krebs, and I'm a gunsmith.
Do it one more time.
I'm Mark Krebs, and I'm a gunsmith. I eat kids. Hi, my name's Mark Krebs, and my profession is gunsmithing.